Disclaimer. We are not Critical Role or roleplay professionals, so please do temper your expectations. For this campaign, we are going to be attempting one of the hardest written campaigns known to Dungeons & Dragons. Tyranny of Dragons. The characters that we'll be playing in this campaign are as followed. The fallen Aasimar paladin, Lucille von Rondanor, played by myself, his adopted daughter, the feral child shifter barbarian, Alice von Rondanor, played by Ray, the vulture Araroka Holowon Dampiem monk, Mortis the Damned, played by Troll, and finally, the Dragonborn druid Trish, played by the captain. And as per usual, we have our favourite, bunny-obsessed, forever thespian DM, Andy Rue, to set the scene and carry us through this marvellous misadventure into the Forgotten Realms, as Lucille and co. fight to stop the Dragon Cult's plans. And we're off to the races.
Hello, and welcome back to the next exciting episode
Of Troll eating his banana chips.
of Troll eating his what? Tyranny of Dragons. Anyway. Okay, so story thus far. So, who remembers what from last time?
Well, I will preface this. We were meant to start about an hour ago, but we were just wasting time and I was too busy watching Joe Cat. Yeah. So this one might be a bit shorter than last week. So, story so far.
The last thing I can remember is the deer, but...
So, anything that you guys might remember from last time?
There was a wagon with that guy which was stealing treasure from Greenest. We caught him and we fought 2 gargoyles.
We didn't fight 2 gargoyles. We bent them over the pool table and had our way with them.
Saucy.
That is a more accurate depiction of what happened last week.
I turned the giant rock into small pebbles.
Oh,
Which
and then
took
there
up
was
all the whole one round.
And there was
I'm a happy deer.
and there was a parchment with some sticky fluid on it, and we found out that it was that it was berry juice. That it was berry juice,
Yeah.
and it was maggot berries, was it?
Yeah.
We have the collective mental age of a 10-year-old.
And we found the maggots, and the maggots ate the parchment.
And the parchment ate the rabbit, and the rabbit ate the... Oh, we're not doing that game.
And it spelled out a message with what bits weren't eaten.
And I ate the
That's
rabbit.
right.
And you were going to reveal it to us this week, and we ended there.
Yeah. So this was like ending at a cliffhanger last week, didn't it? So what I'm going to present to you was the result of that message. Obviously, you guys have got like a piece of parchment with like holes basically eaten by the maggots, which reveals this particular message.
Go and read it
Whoever
out.
wishes to read the massage.
Bog. One of the dragon... idols? Oh, that's a new anime we need. It's idols, but they're dragon girls.
One of the dragon
Actually, I think
idols.
Kowashi's Dragon Maid already made that joke.
He's off on one.
Let's go over
One of the
it.
dragon idols in my crates has a symbol of the fiend. Offer this to the Lord Volmer. It waits east of Red Lark. Seek the red tent.
Did anybody understand that, or
Gimme.
Well, can we go and look in the crates for the dragon idol then?
Okay then. Because obviously the fallen caravan had a lot of crates in it, and obviously inside the crates, obviously those gargoyles burst out.
Yes.
So it kind of gave the guys that he was carrying statues, but he turned out to be animated because he voiced out
A
or
command.
the command words to wake them. And so you open some of the crates. There's 2 more of those gargoyle things, but they're not animated. So obviously
Let's just
the
leave them
command
here.
word wasn't enough to awaken those particular 2. And you open up another crate, and there's a lot of small dragon idols, and they're like the dragon idols. They're kind of like bronze, and they're kind of like seated as if like a cat, like on its 4 paws,
So are
sort
we
of
giving?
standing up with its neck, obviously wings flat on its back, and with a very stern look. You know, this is a very elaborately designed sort of idol.
So are we giving these to the dragon cultists that came in 3rd place?
No, Sam.
I see you cracking a smile there across the table.
Offer this to Lord Volmer. Obviously, it's someone we've got to beat.
Yeah.
And it waits east of Red Lark. So, where's Red Lark?
Have a look on the map.
Have a look on the map.
Have a look on the map.
Folks, this might take a while. We're going to have a brief cut here.
5 weeks later.
Well, to be fair, this part isn't being uploaded for like another 10 weeks.
Well,
Oh, there.
Yeah, you found it. Well, rest assured, this will be the last session before the party reaches Waterdeep. So this will be the last part of the journey.
Oh,
so.
Lucille's ecstatic. on that information.
Oh, Red Lark is actually past Waterdeep.
Okay, so we don't have
So
to
I
worry
think,
about it.
you know, so the party can be rest assured that, you know, this journey is
You
soon
really don't want to go to Waterdeep,
coming
do you?
to its end.
Lucille doesn't want to have to put up with this family again.
So, it says east of Red Lark. So, obviously, that's after Waterdeep. So, obviously, we carry on heading to Waterdeep and we can sort this out after Waterdeep and head up north with the idols. And beat this Volmer.
But what would happen if he never gets the idols? We don't know that bit. We might be giving the dragon cult here something they actually need.
No, we can go up there and not take the dragon idols with us,
Oh, okay.
but go up there anyway and deal with this Volmer anyway.
Okay.
I think you guys were yet to visit Daggerford. Or I was trying to remember though.
Is Daggerford... No,
you
Daggerford
guys
was the
left
place we were
Dragonspear.
going to.
Yeah, we left
Yeah,
Dragon
that's
Spear,
it,
yeah.
So that's okay, yeah. Because I wanted to make sure I hadn't made a mistake or something.
Didn't we
so,
leave Daggerford and we were heading to...
Well, you guys did left Dragon Spear.
And we're heading to Daggerfold,
Daggerfold, and then up
yeah.
to Waterdeep from
then
there.
up to Waterdeep from there, yeah. So we're on the
Yeah.
tradeway at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. So you're close to Daggerford anyway. And which I say that the characters finally reach.
Yep.
And so the caravan convoy, you know, they set up and, you know, and the characters within the convoy, you know, they kind of, you know, set up the trade if they have to.
Yeah.
And rest up and things like that. So it's like a standard kind of town. And nothing special compared to the other towns that you guys have visited. So is there anything that you guys wish to do within Daggerford?
Lucille's gonna go for another drink.
Okie dokie. And so what about Mortis?
I'll have a little fly around, see what I can see.
Stretch your wings.
Stretch your wings.
Yeah.
Oh, a pelican! Bang! Sorry. That doesn't happen. Alice? What's anything that Alice wishes to do within Daggerford?
Alice doesn't really know. She doesn't spend a lot of time with humans. She'll probably just follow
Yeah.
It all stays close. Okay then.
Oh,
And
little type.
so Mortis flying high above Daggerford. It's a pretty sort of basic town, really. A lot more basic than the other towns that you guys have visited. And so nothing special at the moment. So you kind of raise a lot of curiosity from people that kind of look up, thinking, "What on earth is
Is it a
that?"
bird? Is it a plane?
You get a few people that are kind of freaked
what's a
out,
plane?
thinking, "Sheesh!" You know, you're almost like you kind of swear that one of them probably thinks you're a dragon, and quickly hides
But it's
inside
very
a barrel.
high up in the sky.
But those who are probably more than sober either sort of pass you off as just a big bird, or those that look out wondering, "Oh, what kind of bird is that?"
I'll just circle for a bit,
Okay then.
keeping my eyes out, just looking around.
Okay. So Lucille.
Yes, just
Okay, you
goes
enter-
into the tavern and orders a drink.
Okay. You enter the Broken Anvil Tavern.
Yep.
And the barkeep behind, sort of a middle-aged guy with enormous mutton chops, huge mutton chops. "What can I do, sir?"
An ale.
"An ale? No, sure. You travelling, just passing by?"
Yes, we're travelling and and he's just like,
We're all going
on a summer holiday. No, I'm just travelling with a caravan up towards Waterdeep.
Oh, I see. Are you likely to stay overnight or anything?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my employer.
No trouble. Passes you
And
the
he
ale.
just says, like, as he just sips from his drink, very under his breath, just like, "Kinda wish we could spend a few days here." Actually, I don't even think that picked up on the mic.
I'd like you to let me just have a quick read. I'd like you to make a. Actually, what is your passive perception?
11.
11.
Yeah, but I'm with him as well.
Yeah.
What's your passive perception?
15.
15. Ah, I see. Okay, I'm going to pass you something.
Yes, we know you have more. You're a monk.
There's a man with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Just writing a secret note.
Oh God,
Writing a secret note.
that's never a good thing.
It might be a good thing. You never know. I'm just trying to think out to word this.
In English, preferably.
Probably. Sort of describe what your characters might be doing while writing the
Lucille's kind of just like slowly sipping an ale. It's just like, it's been 10 years since I last been to Waterdeep, and all those bridges probably were burned. Like, he's kind of like thinking, like, how is he going to explain to his family, like, why is he back in Waterdeep? Why does he dare show his face again?
And that is?
Alice is looking around excited.
Trying to entertain herself while Dad's having a drink.
Alice hasn't been to very many human places, so she's like,
Amazement and wonder.
Yes.
in the eyes of a child.
Okay, then.
Oh God, this is something that I don't see.
But it's all for good roleplay. So you're still flying in the air,
Yeah.
scaring the seagulls.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably not close to the coast, but you know.
Um,
Well, it's a sort of coast.
Scaring
but,
the pigeons. There we go.
when I land, I'll land out just on the outskirts and walk back into town. I won't land in the town.
Okay then.
I kind of thought that you would land and then just start hopping like a crow does.
Yeah, it'd probably be a kobold sort of waving signal as you land or something.
Just communicating in
I'll just
semaphore.
land and like hop back into the tavern to see where he's gone.
Right.
Right.
Alice is growling. She's growling.
Alice, what is it? Alice, use your words.
She knows.
Like, just looking down at her, just like, what is it?
She's not going to break her attention until
So he
they
looks to where she's looking. Just
Looking in the direction of whatever she might be growling at.
yes.
There is a female gnome sat at a table, sort of quietly sipping ale to herself, sort of minding her own business.
The other gnome we met was male, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one with the big nose.
No, and
Was that what you're referring to?
no, the gnome that was working with Langtadrosa.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
gnome.
a different one. That's a different one.
Okay. Right, Alice, what is it? And use your words, please. The words that I taught you.
she's looking at you funny, and I don't like it.
Just like looks at her and just like looks at the gnome, just like that, just suspicious, like half eye open glare as I just sip my drink. Just like, I don't like not saying anything, but just having his body language just go like, I know you're looking at me now. You better say what it is before I start smiting things.
She sort of downs her drink, sort of gently places it onto the table. She jumps off her chair,
Yep.
and just sort of makes her way out of the tavern.
Okay, he doesn't really think anything of this. So,
Alice can stare at the door for a few seconds until she knows that the gnome had left.
because Lucille, he just thinks, like, this is just how Alice is, so he's not going to think much of it.
Okay, Bade Setchapole,
Yeah.
your employer, actually walks in and says, "Look, we're just gonna stick around in, if you don't mind, in Daggerford for about 2 days. In the meantime, rest up, have some, recuperate and all that."
Like, Lucille is kind of, like, relieved at the fact that he said, like, we're leaving in 2 days.
Mhm.
Because that gives Lucille time to think what he's going to say to his family.
Yeah.
And thinking of ways to just avoid his eldest brother completely, especially considering as one of his companions is undead.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, right, I need to just think of plans how to avoid Michael. Come on, think, Lucille, you can do this, think.
Thinking very hard for the first time in a while.
Yes!
Think very, very hard, Sam.
It's because Lucille, for one, doesn't want to get into a fight which he knows we cannot win. Because, yeah, fighting every single paladin in Waterdeep sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So, anything else that the characters are doing at this point?
I'll walk in and meet them.
Okay. So, yes, as you walk in, as expected, the people sort of close by you get this strange sense of feeling of dread.
Normal now, isn't it?
Pretty much. But half of them don't even know why.
I suppose I'll perch on the chair next to you and just sit there.
Yep. Just quietly just sipping his drink. And I'll tell you now, on the time it took them to get from Dragonspear to Daggerford, this is the quietest Lucille has been throughout this entire campaign. So I think, like, it's to the point where it's bloody obvious something's wrong. At first, he was kind of hiding it.
Yeah.
But day after day on the road, his facade kind of chips away slowly. Like, to the point where almost everyone in the caravan knows, ever since we left Dragonspear, that paladin has not been quite right.
He hasn't been as paladining.
He hasn't
Not
been
very
as
paladin.
boastful.
Okay, well, Orvastria, Eseren,
The one I've been training.
Yeah. And, she's like ordering a very strong drink for herself and everything. And she sort of joins the party at the table and everything like that. And she's sort of saying that she's sort of like stopping in one of the other sort of taverns.
Yeah.
For the time being. And, because obviously of her employer and everything, so... And so she kind of tells the party where she's staying and everything, and what her employer's doing and stuff. A lot of it unimportant stuff, generally.
Yeah.
And, again, she's just like being herself, always very enthusiastic to, sort of learn more about martial weaponry and things like that. So, But yes, it's, okay, I'm going to say that move on to the next day, because the day after that the convoy will move on again.
So it's basically, if any of you have played Majora's Mask, in Lucille's mind, it's just like, when they've stopped here, 2 days remaining. 1 day remaining. 30 minutes remaining. Except without a giant, scary as hell moon crashing into us.
Moonface.
Moonface.
The moon.
Funny thing is, I've still never played a Legend of Zelda game. Yeah, people think I'm weird, because I've never played one.
Anything happen in the tavern while we're here?
It's mostly uneventful until the next morning. It's been a very quiet night. Nothing special, so I presume
Lucille hasn't... It's like if he slept, he's only gotten like 1 or 2 hours actual sleep.
Yeah?
Like, a lot of people could have hear him like pacing in his room.
Oh, yeah?
Just like he seems like very... Oh, what's the word? Like restless.
Agitated.
Yeah, very agitated.
Yeah.
To the point of just like...
Sort of getting close to Waterdeep.
Yeah, like they've noticed the closer they've gotten to Waterdeep, the worse it's got.
And so during your agitation and everything, what are you doing during the night?
Just flying around, just doing general stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing if there's anyone that's on the way out.
Yeah.
Alice is sleeping like
Killing some
tormenting
poor
them.
old lady's cat.
Tormenting people.
Alice is sleeping like a little puppy.
Ah. Cute little tyke. Okay. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Oh god.
But it'll be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
There's a point to this.
Just him, yeah.
11.
11, okay. What I'm going to say is that obviously you've been up most of the night, just sort of worried
just
about
kind of just like
what's going to happen when you get to Waterdeep and things like that. But at the same time, you can't help but think. You get this strange feeling that
I'm
you're
being watched.
But you can't. But you don't know if it's your paranoia, or you don't know if you don't know whether to trust your senses at this point because your character is so agitated about
What Lucille's going to do, he's going to look out the window, look left, look right, close the window, leave his room, and walk outside.
Okay.
He's just going to go on a bit of a night walk.
Okie dokie.
Just to see if the night air will help kind of calm his nerves.
Okay then.
If I see him go outside, I'll probably fly down and walk with him.
Yeah, you see him, and you're having
I'll just fly down and walk with you.
So like the cool sort of breeze of the night sort of.
Yeah, like he
therapy.
acknowledges that Mortis is there, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Okay, so as you both kind of walk together, you kind of notice that Losvius Longnose is trying to get lucky with one of the local maids outside. Trying to get lucky, making rather disgusting noises nearby. Which is probably the last thing your characters wish to hear when you're on a nightly walk. And you also notice that let me just try and remember. Also going for a walk as well is Green Imza. You know the elderly lady.
Oh, the green woman, yeah.
The plague victim.
Yeah, and she's sort of being accompanied by one of the guards. And she's going on her sort of nightly walk and everything like that.
Like Lucille's gonna particularly just avoid anyone he actually knows other than Mortis.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we see Longnose down this straight. We're gonna pitch a left here. Mm-hmm. We see the diseased woman double back and then take the right.
Yeah. And
just follow.
You kind of notice that some of the other guards that have been, they're getting into fights. Some of them are getting drunk as anything.
Yeah.
And
what we need is something to put against the door so it just doesn't open like that.
Yeah, there's a door stop just over there.
Yeah.
Just going to look at the list of.
Alright, let's put the festive penguin there.
But during your nightly
It
encounters,
looks more like a penguin than an owl. That's going to sound really weird out of context from the recording.
Damn, just sit down.
Okay. Yeah.
But let me just find out a particular name of one of the other characters.
Oh god.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Ed Helry Llewell, who's that moon elf merchant.
Yeah.
And the one whose wagon was loaded with exotic wood from the jungles of the Holt. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. She seems to be in conversation with a very strange looking character. A bald-headed human wearing like a black robe. And the human looks a little bit on the strange side, but you can't quite place why. He just seems a little bit odd. And he seems to be in conversation, like a serious kind of conversation with her and everything. So,
right.
But from what you see from your nightly walk, whether you're paying attention to what you're seeing or not, even if you just walked the other direction, you kind of made out that she's kind of nodding her head in agreement. And then
she's probably worked out a new business deal for that exotic wood. I have no idea what kind of pervert would want to buy that.
Well, we know Losvius Longnose has. So yes.
Like, it's more like he sees all these events,
Hmm.
and like he uncharacteristically doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, very suspicious, bold man. He's just like, I've got bigger problems on my mind at the moment. I have bigger problems.
Okay.
Still not saying a word to Mortis.
Yeah.
About anything. Just like, just walking in the wee hours of the morning.
So he's probably following you. He'll probably get a glimpse of the conversation between the elf and the weird man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop for a little bit, try and listen on, probably not hear anything, then sort of catch up, sort of hoppity skippity catch up.
A hop, skip, and a jump.
Pretty much. Okay. I'll say that it's mostly uneventful, the night, apart from the nightly walk. So on to the next morning.
I suppose you eventually went to bed.
Yeah, he eventually went to bed at like 5 in the morning just to wake up at 7. Sounds like a usual night's sleep for me.
Big oof.
Okay. The only bit of events that happened in the morning is that Bade Setchapal is making a deal with the landlord, and he's kind of exchanging some crates of beers with other crates. So he's like getting a bit of business going.
Yeah, like how
pre-water deep sort of business.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of happy to have made a bit of cash. And so anything that you guys wish to do on the last day of Daggerford before the next day?
Lucille is still a bit preoccupied to really have like any sort of plans.
Yeah. Anything that the other characters are doing? No?
I haven't got any idea.
You're just going to run around and hunt things, are you?
Yeah, probably. Look, squirrels and chickens and stuff.
I might join you on that.
Yeah, you probably should see the... you probably can tell which ones are going to die anyway.
Yeah.
And you're probably making bets with those, see what she's going to catch. Oh, that's easy.
No, he's making bets with his god. And his god's just like, thank you for the ideas, Mortis.
Okay, so moving on to the next day. Day of departure or anything else?
Right, Lucille is very much still just quiet, kind of lost in his own thoughts in a way. Of just like,
the barkeep is sort of approaching you and he says, I can't help wondering, you seem rather down, sir. Is there anything I could help with at all?
it's... And he's just like, he kind of like has this thought of like, I haven't even told like Mortis or Alice about anything of my past.
Yeah.
Why would I tell a barkeeper? Like, he's not saying this, he's just thinking, he's just like, it's kind of just my own problems in a sense. Like, it's nothing you should concern yourself with.
Well, I understand. But listen, I'm your average barkeep. I listen to problems all the time. What stays within this bar never leaves it. You understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. But listen, I'm always a happy ear to, to offer, and I'll never spill out anything.
No, thank you.
And but hey, would you like me to get you another drink? It'll be on the house.
Yeah, sure, I could do with a bit of a drink for the road.
Okay, and he passes you ale.
Yeah.
And what about you? I've noticed that you haven't had a drink at all. And is there anything I can get for you, sir?
I don't drink.
You don't drink? Oh, well, that's fair do. Got quite an amazing mask you got there. And what about the
It's
little
not a
lady?
mask, it's my face.
Would you like another? Would you like like some milk at all?
Would she like some milk?
Milk? Or some freshly squeezed juices?
Juice.
Juice?
Juice.
Shall I get her a little cup of juice?
Yes, sure.
Okie dokie.
Cute little type.
Oh.
Lucille, like the first time here, just lets out just a little chuckle. So,
I'd better get the juice.
like, it's funny because while here, he's not the type of person who would just drink and drink and drink and drink to like quell his sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
He just has one drink and just slowly, contemplatingly sips it.
Yeah?
That's why he hasn't gotten blind drunk and probably killed something.
Okay. And, so here you go, little lady, here's your juice. You go on very quickly, places it there.
Small glass. She drinks it in one go. More!
More?
More!
Do you mind me giving her more juice?
Go ahead, though. Put it in a cup, in a tankard. She goes through juice like anything.
Oh, I see.
Juice.
Very well then, very well.
Juice.
We give her like a big tankard of juice. Glug. Glug.
Alice, you're going to make yourself sick if you drink like that.
I drink how I want.
You said that last time, and you complained about stomach pains.
Okay,
Little laugh from Mortis.
Bait Satchapole walks in to the Broken Anvil and he approaches you guys and it says, right, just letting you know about tomorrow. We'll be leaving sort of about early afternoon and it seems to me that we've got quite a few new people joining us. It's all exciting, isn't it? People tagging us on our journey to Waterdeep.
If I know any... He's actually going to make this quite vocal. Like, he's just going to go, well, that one leaves plenty of time to go wrong. And two, Mortis, how much do you want to bet that at least one of these new accompaniments are going to be a part of a certain dragon-worshipping cult?
Is he alright? He kind of says.
He's not wrong.
Just like looking over at Mortis, like his head on just his hand.
Oh,
on the camera.
with that, Mortis puts down 2 gold coins.
And like Lucille, like he goes, I'll call your bet. And waves, puts down 3 gold coins.
Ooh, shiny.
Alice, no.
He said, look, just think about how much you're gonna earn when we finally reach Waterdeep. Just think about that. You know, I might give you guys a little bit extra because you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Well, you guys certainly took care of some of the nastier stuff more than the other guards.
Well,
at least.
yes.
Well, the other guards only took
It's
care
almost,
of like, the
it's
occasional
almost like
animal.
we're important characters to this story.
Yes.
He didn't give me.
Important characters. What could possibly give that away?
He hasn't given me any chickens though.
When we get to Waterdeep, dear, when we get to Waterdeep.
Can't have everything.
You can have some judges' chickens. They're the plumpest chickens ever.
Nice and plump.
Alice doesn't trust you.
Plump chickens, fat chickens.
Just because you choked the chicken doesn't mean... Wait, that came out wrong. Just because you choked someone on your chicken...
No, Sam, don't.
Wait, that sounds even more wrong!
Sam, Mortis has been to Waterdeep before and he does know about your history in Waterdeep anyway. His master would have told him. And obviously, he knows obviously that your brother would have probably had chickens as well. They're probably kept rich. And they're probably nice and fat and plump.
Yep, and then his father's father.
You mean
and his
cooked
father's
chickens?
father.
Oh,
And then his father's father before him. And then his father before him.
Chicken.
Like,
I'm
I'm
just
the one
saying.
who came up with Lucille's backstory. I'm just sat here like, where the hell did the chickens come from?
They had to come from somewhere.
Chicken.
They had to
Chicken
eat something,
with the
didn't they?
Oh no, they always went with turkey in the
Ooh.
Lucille household.
Chicken is better.
Hey, I'm preferable to both. When it comes to chicken and turkey, I go both ways. Wait, there's 3 in a row! God damn it! Why is there so many meat innuendos?
I beg your pardon? Meeting whose endo?
God damn it.
Back to D&D.
Yes, back to D&D. And
Anyway, Bane Tetrapole, sort of offering his thanks far in advance, days before you guys finally reach Waterdeep. And so he's just checking on you guys, see if you're all okay, if you're all ready for
I think
the
we
next day,
Just
early
get.
in the afternoon.
I think
Alright.
we should just get. Some
what?
water to
Okay, so what
Rip that
Lucille's
Band-Aid off.
going to do is going to go to Mortis like the night before, and he's just like, Mortis, can you do me a favour and search the new accompanying wagons?
He won't say anything. He'll just disappear and have a look at the wagons.
Lucille's going to have another very late night,
Mm-hmm.
just still contemplating. Just
And as
there's 6 main people that we cannot run into in Waterdeep, because that's going to go really badly if we do. But then there's also that noble and his daughter, a high-ranking noble of Waterdeep who might want to kill me as soon as he sees me after 10 years. Like, Lucille's like weighing his options, and he's just like, is all of this actually worth it?
I'm gonna go and have a look at the new caravans. The new carts that just joined the caravan, and check to see what their wares are.
Right.
Alice is going
it's
to bed
quietly.
early.
Yeah, it's not necessarily new caravans per se, but they're like new travellers that decide to tag along.
I want to check on them, like eavesdrop and scope them out.
Okay.
And as usual, Alice goes to bed early.
Lucille had
Good on
to.
you.
Because
Lucille
no
had
one
to
lets-
read her a storybook.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. A D&D play on like a classic
It
children's
could be
story.
Bongo the Magic Bunny.
No.
The 3 owlbears.
Yes. No.
Goldilocks and the
yeah,
Three
Goldilocks and the
Barbarians.
3 owlbears.
Or the or was it Snow White and the big werewolf?
No, it would be
It's
Snow
Snow
White
White
and the 7 dwarfs.
Yeah.
There's also an adult version of that book.
Look,
Oh, hang on.
you're talking
What about,
about Rule 34?
Yes.
There's an adult version of everything.
Yes! Because Rule 34 is a thing.
You can have the Billy Goes Gruff with the trolls.
Yeah.
Try Rule 34 in that.
Andy.
No.
Andy, there's a point where you go too far. That was the point.
I think we
I'm
should
notorious for that.
bonk go to horny
Horny
Joe.
Joe. Well, Andy's a permanent resident of there. What are you talking about?
I don't tell Andy to bonk.
I
Bonk.
said bonk.
Yeah, don't tell him to bonk.
Yeah, you just hit him with a baseball bat. Bonk!
Ow.
Yeah, but to Andy that bonk means something else.
That really hurt.
Right, back to D&D.
Back to D&D.
Yeah.
Enough
Back to
sexual
D&D.
innuendo. I'm
Right,
probably
so
just
you're
going to
gonna
call
read
this
them,
part just Oh My,
so you're gonna read her a bedtime story.
and then go out on another nightly walk.
Tell us the story. Probably not.
I'm gonna go and scout out the new people that are joining the caravan.
Okay.
Shit.
As in eavesdropping conversations with them and like
Okay then.
you know, look for their personal belongings.
You kind of notice 3 new individuals, and there's a female human, and there's a dwarf, male dwarf, and also that bald-headed human guy that you saw the other night. Who do you want to...
Let's go for the bald-headed guy first.
Okay then. Well, the bald-headed guy, he seems to be sort of sitting quietly in the caravan of El Harry. Do you know the elf, the moon elf?
Yeah.
And he's sort of like sitting quietly to himself, almost contemplating. He's sort of like tucked in under his sort of robe, really. Not almost as though it might be raining, but it's not raining. It's almost like that kind of look. He's kind of huddled up.
Can I sneak
in
into,
deep thought?
Can I sneak into the caravan?
Okay, make a
Into
stealth
the actual
roll.
caravan.
Stealth roll, please.
Oh, I should preface something that we came to an agreement on. I'd forgotten how many hero points that I have used in the previous episodes. So until we level up, I'm not allowed to roll heroic.
22.
Don't.
Yes.
Okay. He doesn't seem to notice you.
Sneak into the caravan. Maybe have a little rummage quickly through some of the belongings in the caravan, see what's in there, see if there's anything new in there.
Exotic wood.
Okay. And I'm gonna...
Not oddly shaped one.
Like, is he like nodding off, or like just quietly to himself, or what?
No, he's awake. He's kind of in deep thought. He's kind of very, very deep thought. It's almost like meditative, but his eyes kind of...
As he's meditating, then I'm gonna sneak up to him and just whisper, like sort of like softly, like the wind.
While you're whispering.
Secrets. Tell us secrets.
Who does number 2 work for?
He kind of... he kind of snaps out of his sort of trance, and he sort of looks at you.
Oh, I'm not revealing myself. I was just like whispering it on the wind, just very quietly whispering it.
He sort of looks a bit sort of looks around, at first puzzled. And he kind of sort of says, "Who's that? Who's speaking?"
Wait for a bit. Your consciousness.
Your conscience.
Mm-hmm. He sort of shakes his head. Impossible.
I don't have one of those. Seriously,
And
one of those
he kind
bells
of
gonna shut
returns to his sort
That's
of trance.
Huh?
So by Xbox.
I'm going to stay there for a while longer to see if he says anything while he's doing anything, or see what he does, or...
Okay then. He's
watch
just
him.
being very, very quiet. Very quiet.
Does he have any personal belongings?
Not that you can see, as it's mostly under his robe.
Let's try and pickpocket him then.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
You're not a bard. This isn't... Actually, no, knowing you, it's...
I'm going to do it ever so quietly and delicately
You're not a rogue.
with my bony fingers.
Okay.
No,
it'll
he's
be
not a bard.
Sleight of hand, isn't it? Sleight of hand.
Seeing as we all know, bards are the real rogue class. All rogues get a sneak attack over them.
Sam, what did I just roll?
Okay, monk is now the new rogue class.
25.
Okay. Okay, you kind of reach very, very quietly, almost effortlessly. And you reach in, and you manage to pull out his dagger.
Ooh.
Does it have certain dragon engravings on
Any
it?
motifs on it?
No, just a basic bog standard dagger.
And doesn't have anything else on him?
You have to make another roll if you want to find out.
We know you're going to.
I'm not gonna.
Are you sure?
I'm just gonna hang around for a bit, just like stay in the shadows and see if anyone says anything to him.
Yeah? Are you keeping hold of his dagger? Or...
I'll keep hold of it for now.
So we
Okay.
find out it's like the magic dagger of you are so dead.
I'll keep hold of it for now.
Okay. Right. So, anything else at all?
I'm just gonna literally watch him
Radio.
all night
Watch him
long.
like a vulture.
All night long.
While Lucille,
All that long.
while Lucille is just walking about the town after finishing his drink, just
Yeah.
like he seems a lot more restless tonight
Yeah.
than he did last night.
Okay, Aubustria approaches you and he says, "You know what, Lucille? I can't help noticing you seem really, really down. Is anything the matter?"
He just says, I have quite the history with Waterdeep. I haven't been looking forward to returning in about 10 years.
But why not?
Family.
Well, I may as well tell someone. Alright, come, let's go get a drink. A lot of the taverns will be empty at this time.
Sure. Well, it'd be good to get it out of your system.
Yeah, so we go back to the Broken Anvil.
Yep.
Just order a drink on just a table on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Just... Okay, so... I originally hail from Waterdeep. A few things happened that weren't exactly my fault.
Okay.
Basically, he's suggesting that the reason why he slept with the noble's daughter is because she seduced him. He just got in trouble for it.
Mm.
So he basically explains, there was a girl I was quite sweet on. The daughter of a very, very high-ranking noble of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
I was about 20 at the time, and we had a couple of drinks, and you think where that goes.
I see.
I was found the next morning, not sure what was going on. I was quickly thrown into shackles and threatened to be executed.
My gosh.
My father, Duke Ferros, managed to pay him off, but I was banished from Waterdeep.
Banished?
Well, he said I had to return to the celestial realm to, as he said, purify my tainted soul.
Well,
Just
what does that mean?
because I think like my headcanon with this, like she's always seen him as human,
Yeah?
but he's an Aasimar. He's only part human. You see, my dear, I'm not exactly human.
Oh.
I am what's known as an Aasimar. Basically, angels that live among humans, in a sense.
Angels?
Yes, when I was younger, I used to have quite glorious blonde hair.
You mean like those with big wings and can fly in the sky?
Yes, I would show you mine, but they have a tendency to scare people.
She kind of... She said, "I'm very, very sorry."
Right, he's
It's the
actually
drink.
going to... It's just like...
She said, "Forgive
just gives
me,
her a
it's
look
the
of just
drink."
like, seriously?
I said,
I
"I'm sorry,
warned-
I know that's immature."
And
sir."
he just goes, I warned you. And he's going to use his necrotic shroud, which is his racial wing feat.
Oh yeah.
Basically, sort of like a murky aura flows over Luciel as these bony skeletal wings protrude from the back of his armour.
She is in absolute awe of what she's seeing. She's saying, my gosh.
She has to make a check now.
Well, yeah.
She has to make a DC 16 charisma check or be scared. Because that's what this ability does. And the thing that I love is everyone within a certain range of me is affected.
I'm going to roll this. Ooh.
Oh, she passed.
She passed.
Yeah, she definitely passed.
She's in absolute awe of what she's saying.
And it's like shortly after they just disappear.
She said, oh my goodness. On this journey, I've seen so many weird things, but this is the most wondrous thing I've ever seen. You know, he says, bear in mind, I've been stuck in my farm since with my grandmother for such a long time. I know very few of the ways of the world, but this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. He said, Lucille, what's going to happen to you when you go back to Waterdeep?
I don't know. Mainly because I don't know how my brothers will react to the fact that I am now a fallen Aasimar. When they're all, I think I made them Scourge? Yeah. Where they're all, like, Scourge Aasimar. Even his mother is an Aasimar. His father's human. And, like, Lucille was just like, I don't care much about seeing my father. And I would, given that I'm in company of Mortis, I would much rather avoid any unnecessary confrontation with my eldest brother.
I
Just
see.
distract him with the daughter.
That won't work.
He said, look, I will keep this quiet, did I promise. And that look, I'll be as supportive as I can when we get to Waterdeep.
Though he is going to say, out of all of my family, when it comes to mother, Michael almost seems like a delicate puppy.
Lucille.
Like, he's painting this picture of, like, his mother being a complete monster. No. And that's going to be a surprise you guys have to wait.
Lucille, I hope you don't mind me drawing conclusions here, but this might sound like a very strange observation. But your companions, Mortis and Alice, it seems rather strange to me that you've got the shadow of death constantly following you. But at the same time, I see this real balance that you're taking in care of a beautiful young child. And it's almost like, is this some kind of sign that maybe there's some strong redemption once you reach Waterdeep? That maybe Mortis is following you, and maybe looking after this young child is a sign of redemption. He said, I know it sounds silly, I'm a simple farmer.
Yeah, Lucille, he's not going to say anything, but in his head he's just like, that couldn't be further from the truth. Because he's not going to say the bit why he actually took in Alice, because he thought of her as a lost puppy. And Mortis is just waiting to carry him over to once his job's complete.
She says, I hope you forgive me in this observation.
It's quite
I've been brought
fine.
up in many fairy tales that my grandmother used to tell me.
Huh.
But listen, I'll keep quiet about this. And if once we reach Waterdeep, if there's anything I can help you with, I'll be there.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So, anything else that the characters are doing at all? Alice, Mortis?
Alice is asleep.
Alice is just having a dream of chasing chickens, probably.
Like,
And the chicken, it turns into a nightmare. All the chickens calling her a cute little tyke.
Early hours of the morning, he will leave the wagon and head back to the tavern.
okay then.
I am not a cute little tyke.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
it's
she has a
just go
moment
back
of
to
sleep
sleep.
paralysis with this shadow chicken coming up. Little Dyke.
This is tormenting. Tormenting!
Okay, so you enter the tavern.
I'm going back in the tavern like early hours of the morning.
Okay,
Lucille only now would be going to bed. Feeling a little bit better now he's actually been able to talk to someone about it.
That's good. Okay. So the very next morning, and
Lucille's feeling a bit tired, to say the least,
yeah.
given he's gone 2 days without much sleep.
So what about the other characters? Are they doing anything in the morning?
He hides the bags under his eyes with makeup.
She's gonna eat her breakfast and then try and beg for extra food from people in the restaurant.
If you're willing to endure cute little dykes, that's all I can say. But it's an advantage, you know this, because they're willing to give you more food. You know what I mean? They actually treat you like a puppy.
She does look like cute puppy, like she does puppy dog eyes.
Then cute little...
This big burly bloke, and she's like hanging on his finger. Probably drawing blood as well.
Lucille's just sat there just like... Alice, it's rude to bite people's fingers.
He deserved it. He deserved it.
What did he do?
He called me a you-know-what.
Oh, a cute little tyke. Go ahead. Just immediately, it's just like, you kind of got yourself into the situation.
The barkeep points to you and says, "It is rude to bite people's fingers. Bite them in the ankles instead." And the burly bloke's like, "Ankles?" Ah!
Oh God, you've given the kid ideas.
You better not tell the vulture that either.
You probably already know. It's
Now
most
she's just
effective to
gonna
fight
stick-
people's Achilles heel.
Well, they're trying to pat her, so she's gonna go straight for the hand.
I'll ask.
I've actually had that experience with dogs. When I was young, I went to pet one and it just bit my hand.
Yeah.
I want to go to Lucille and ask him
You'll roll for your hand.
if he's alright, and
it's alright too.
ask him if he's alright, and say that you seem a bit happier at the moment.
I guess I kind of am. But I've kind of just come to the realisation that we have to go to Waterdeep anyway. I may as well grin and bear it.
Well, the time was going to come anyway, no matter what, so
Well, yeah.
better get over and done with.
Yep.
Rip it off. Rip that plaster off.
I'm too much of a coward to do that, actually.
Okay. So is the party ready to progress?
To Waterdeep.
To Waterdeep!
Alan says, "Fam."
Okay. So everyone is all loaded up in the caravans. All the guards kind of stand by their employers. And so you guys sticking close to your employer, or are you elsewhere?
I'm going to take the perch where I normally am.
By this time, Bade Setchapol is pretty much used to you now. He's pretty much used to you.
Well,
Whereas
it's
he
been
was like
almost 40
freaking out
days.
thinking, please, please, please let me live another day.
That's been longer than that.
40 days.
But he's pretty much used to you at this point. Okay then, so it's not far off to Waterdeep. And the convoy now leaves Daggerford. And it's on its final road towards Waterdeep.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay then. So I'll just read this a little bit.
I've got a good idea for what you can call this one.
What?
On
Quick
the
break.
road again.
Should we go for a break?
Yeah, let's have a quick break.
Okay.
Okay, our break went on for a little bit longer because we were ranting about Persona 4 and why its animation is one of the greatest anime of all time. Shame Persona 5 couldn't follow through on that, but it was doomed because they gave us such a stupid name like Ren Mamma Mia. Right,
Here we
back to
go
D&D,
again.
something important.
Okay.
I always stand Akira Kurosu.
Yes, same.
Yeah, so the convoy is on its way to Waterdeep. Hooray!
Hooray!
Approximately about a week's journey.
And nothing happens in that week.
Well, I would say.
He kept rolling
please
bad on
can
the
everyone
encounter table.
make perception.
Yay! 4!
Oh.
Well, I don't know what you're seeing anything, does it?
No!
17.
Ooh.
I rolled a 13 and I have a +5.
14.
Because for some random reason I
I'm
picked
blind for
perception.
some reason.
So you say you got.
You got higher than
I'm
me!
at 17, baby.
You notice something.
Why is it me being noticing everything this week?
I got
You
14
do.
on that one.
I got 4.
Okay, another note is about to be written. Ooh.
That's good value.
Oh, god damn it.
What?
Oh, god damn it.
We haven't had a that's good value in a while.
Neither. It's free real estate.
I was looking
Ba.
One of the few things that can make me laugh is always it's free real estate.
I don't think that's being picked up on the mic.
I like the it's free real estate. The meme that the guy walks down and goes, I love refrigerator. Jump around doggo.
But dogs are always funny.
Except when they bite you.
Yeah.
Look, when you got free time, look up jump around doggo. It's funny. It's funny as fuck.
God. I would have laughed if I was the only one that saw that.
What is your reaction?
Same as before.
Growl.
I don't like her.
Don't like who?
Doggo instincts activate. Protect. Quit looking at my Lulu.
Basically,
Oh, is it the gnome?
she's looking at the caravan behind your employer's caravan, basically.
Wait, who? The gnome or Alice?
I shall read the note, shall I? Sitting in the caravan of
Who's the dwarf?
Arageston,
Yeah,
you see that female gnome again.
yeah.
Ah.
Anguston. Yeah, the dwarf who has a collection of perfumes.
Yep.
And
Buffer.
Because remember, Lucille never really saw any bad in her. Like, he did. Well, he was too busy at the time. He's just like, oh. Like, his reaction if he did see it would just like be, huh, it's that person again.
yeah, she kind of like sort of sitting, kind of sort of sitting to herself, and sitting very, very quietly in the darkest part of the caravan. You know that obviously Light Anguston is obviously aware that she's there, so she must have been tagging along. So you don't see anything suspicious there per se. But
She's looking at your character.
She was looking at you in the pub, that's why I was growling.
Yeah.
It's like, stay away from Lulu.
Alice, this is twice now you've just started growling. What is it? And actually tell me this time.
Don't like her, she was looking at you funny.
which day did you say you're going to do that?
The third day.
The third day. Okay.
And he's just like, what girl of Austria?
Gnome.
Use your words.
A gnome lady.
Okay.
I kind of like now just look back at her Is she looking at me?
Right, so you sort of, are you making it obvious, or... Yeah?
I'm in plate mail. How obvious do you think I'm being? I
You
have
kind
to turn
of see
my whole
that there's
body.
a slight glance at your direction before returning to her normal gaze. Like a slight glance, almost like, oh, am I being acknowledged kind of thing. And then she kind of quickly turns back to her normal gaze.
You mean like a coquettish kind of thing?
Okay, so what he's going to do... Because I would have said, like, he has, like, little call signs with Mortis. Like, just gets his attention by randomly, like, whistling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whistling in the sense of, like, he's making it look like he's just, like, misremembering a bit of a tune.
Okay.
Getting Mortis's attention and then just subtly gesturing back to the carriage behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a... keep an eye on that one, and then just gestures at Alice.
Yeah.
Just like Alice is being Alice, just keep an eye on that truck for us.
No fighting.
Mm-hmm. Okay then. It's
I'll split my attention like 50% of the time on that caravan, 50% where I'm normally looking out.
Yeah.
okay. She's mostly quiet. Days have passed, and 3 days with it. So you.
I was going to do it on the evening when everyone's asleep.
Okay, so you managed to do that, and the next morning.
Should we be afraid?
No.
And the next morning, the bolded human, because you actually did that to his. What the cloth?
There's actual
cloak. If you're looking in that direction,
I will
you're
do.
kind of startled, sort of looking around, horrified at first, but then he realises that it was his. That was his dagger.
But is he not suspicious on how it got there?
Yeah, he's suspicious, but he's kind of looking around. But as that's happening, as he quickly inspects his dagger, he sort of sheaves it very quickly and sort of looks around, almost quite agitated. His employer is kind of like, so he's saying, what's the matter and everything. And he's sort of looking around like a hawk, almost, and then sort of shakes his head and then gently returns to sort of like going back to like his usual trance position.
I'm splitting my gaze now again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching no him and everywhere else, but I'm going to do it like 25, 50, 25.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Lucille doesn't really know anything about the Bold Man.
Yeah.
Just that he asked Mortis to look into our travelling companions.
Yeah, you kind of notice that there are two others. There was another sort of female human and a male dwarf. They're in other sort of caravans, but you don't think there's anything strange at all. You know, they're just like normal travellers wanting to hitch a quick ride, that kind of thing. And so things have been gone quite uneventful. So on the 4th day of travel towards Waterdeep, hang on. Let me just have a quick read, blah blah blah. Okay, it's the morning. I'll say it's the morning. So what are you guys doing throughout this morning? Because everyone else is all like preparing breakfast and that kind of thing.
Lucille will just be tucking into his breakfast.
Yeah. And what kind of food are you likely to be eating?
Fryer. What else?
Fryer. Okay.
Well,
You don't eat, obviously. Is she having the same? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
But with none of the veg because she won't eat that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching the gnome and the human mainly at this point.
I never
Okay,
said
then.
Alice didn't eat vegetables.
No, it's
The
not about
gnome
like
has
tomato,
very strangely
mushroom.
disappeared.
baked beans.
Sort of
I don't like
slipped
mushrooms.
away from your radar, so to speak.
But long time
And the other human is kind of sort of making his own breakfast and everything, almost like he's kind of making something from one of his bags and everything, sort of helping himself.
It's muesli, I know it!
And anyway,
Well, no, he's got to eat his Weetabix, or else he won't be strong for the day.
right, as you two are kind of tucking into your food,
Yeah.
and you're about to take like the first mouthful, suddenly there's like a dagger point sort of reaches out and stabs one of the pieces of the food.
He's going to grab the hand in like a death grip.
And Alice would
Just
bite
like...
the arm. Nobody steals food from Alice.
Like drawing the rapier, which is next to him, after grabbing the hand, just going like, you're either very brave or incredibly stupid to steal my breakfast. Who is it?
Right then.
Is it Baldy or
The gnome.
5'2"?
It would be the gnome. But there's something. But she kind of says to you, it's not a question of whether I am brave or stupid. Look at what's on that meat very carefully. You're about to put that in your mouth. And I'll tell your daughter, I assume, to do the same, to put it down before she puts it in her mouth. And what she points out to is that on the meat, it's ever so tiny. It's almost like tiny little splinters, almost metallic. Someone put that there when you weren't looking. And she said, if that enters your guts, trust me, you will die shortly, and it'll be unbearably
Immediately
painful.
what he's going to do,
Yeah?
standing up suddenly and swatting away his plate, and swatting away Alice's immediately after this being pointed out, and knocking the bit out of her hand, just...
Right, you're getting a lot of people sort of looking in your direction.
Like,
You know.
he basically goes, everyone, search your food now.
Okay?
Like, remember, he's stood up, he's got his rapier in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, everyone, search your food now.
I'm keeping my eye on the bold man.
He's
Okay.
not letting go of the gnome, by the way.
Yeah?
Like, it's more like, no, you're staying where I can see you. I don't fully trust you, even though you did save my life.
I am watching the bold man, that man with the cape, very, very closely at this point.
Okay then.
Everything he does.
He's also going to explain, like,
Yeah.
how did you know?
And he says, and the gnome says, that I'm afraid is only for me to know.
Who are you, really?
She says, call me Jamna. Jamna Gleam Silver.
Why have you been watching Lulu?
Says, I have been watching, I've been watching you lot for quite some time.
A couple of days, I guess.
A little bit more, you could say.
Why?
That's my concern.
Why?
You're asking, oh god.
All I can say
Lucille,
is,
letting go of her wrist does say you may as well answer her. She's going to be like that all day.
very well. But all I can say is this. Although we might not work for the same people, we are all on the same side. She kind of lowers her voice at this point. We do share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped.
Okay.
You see, I'm only here to know what's being carried in those wagons and where they're likely to take it. Are you likely? Do you know anything at all?
He's
Anything
going
I
to
should
explain
know?
the stolen gold they found from Greenest,
Yeah.
but we were going to get to Waterdeep, and then I was going to talk to some paladins, some trustworthy folk, to take it back down to Greenest for us. seeing as we don't have enough time to make that trip ourselves.
I see.
But he's saying that quite hushed.
Is there anything else of any information that I should know about that your party has managed
A
to...
member of the Harpers is apparently a traitor.
A traitor?
He still has the note on him, the parchment.
That was meant for Wet Sack.
But Wet Sack is currently in a ditch somewhere. And finds out the name, which I've forgotten.
Okay, that's not a problem.
It's all in the information that we've got.
Bear with me for a moment.
What
There we go. Here it is.
Carlin
Ammerfell.
Carmen Ammerfell.
When you say this, she kind of looks a little bit concerned. Carlin?
Yes.
Traitor for what reason?
Does the parchment say?
She kind of... It doesn't say per se, but she said, may I have a read of this parchment?
Sure, we got it from a judge back in Dragonspear. It was meant for a, let's just say, acquaintance of mine who has no ties to this mission.
A judge?
Yeah, he choked on some chicken.
So, will you keep that little story to yourself? Thank you very much. She kind of reads it, and she's wondering to think, a traitor.
I've already sent word to Leosin, something or what's his surname again?
Leosin. Oh my gosh.
We helped him out back at Greenest.
Alantha.
Yes.
Leosin Alantha.
We're working with him to stop the Dragon Pot cult and one paladin called Omthra Formage.
Right.
Yes.
She kind of looks at the letter and then she returns it to you.
He puts it back into his kind of coat pocket.
Mm-hmm. She kind of leans and says, listen, I'm going to have to very quickly depart. She kind of very quickly shows a Harper's tattoo and then quickly reveals it. Keep hush about the Harpers. But one thing I will say, that Carlin Ammerfell, I do not believe is a traitor. I can't imagine that being the case.
Well, traitors are normally the last person you would ever expect.
True, but I know Carlin. And it says, right, all I can say is, everything we spoke of so far, keep hush hush. Any more I may return to see if you have any more information.
Should we tell her about the parchment that we... So the bet.
Oh, the one about...
The thingy.
The one that we had the maggots eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going to show her that. So
Okay.
what's her reaction to be shown this damaged parchment?
So,
We also found that in
interesting.
one of the,
Just read between the lines, as it were.
She kind of sniffs it, then, maggot berries.
Yes.
Very clever.
Nummy.
Secret message written in maggot berries. She said, a Lord Volmer. Not a name I've heard of.
Same here.
Yes, not a name I've heard of, per se. But I'm not sure it's a dragon idol. A symbol of the fiend. This Lord Volmer. You do notice that this message refers to this Volmer as an it.
That I didn't know.
I think I scrambled up the message somewhere.
It could be.
Oh, you've got it. Thank goodness for that.
Because I didn't read the message.
To the Lord Voimer, it awaits east. It awaits.
Yes. If it's worded like that, I dare not say is of any common being. Neither human, dwarf, elf, or gnome, for that matter.
Lucille's going to be a bit sarcastic here, and he just goes, well, I'm going to go out on a limb, and it's probably a dragon. given their given the theme of that they worship dragons, I think a few of their important higher up members may be of such.
Perhaps.
Predisposition.
But the symbol of the fiend implies something else other than a dragon.
Fiend.
Fiend.
It's like a like demons, isn't it?
I'm not actually listening to this. I'm keeping a close eye on the bald guy.
Yeah.
But, right, so you said that she was, like, found the iron filings in the food?
Yeah.
Did he throw his food away, or is he still eating his?
I think you find he has had a few mouthfuls, but then again, a lot of other people have already had some mouthfuls.
But is he
of their food.
throwing his away, or is he continue eating?
He's kind of continuing eating, because he knows it's his own sort of food.
I'm continuously watching him now,
Okay.
not taking my eyes off him.
But you kind of notice that some people are kind of like thinking, well, why should we chuck our food out? What the hell's going on?
He is going to explain,
Yeah?
like showing like the sausage he was about to eat with the iron filings in.
Oh, yes?
Like, I believe someone may have tampered with our food.
Someone, you say?
If it wasn't for that gnome, I probably would have been having quite a lot of uncomfort. Or discomfort.
Okay, you kind of notice that the bold guy is kind of like quickly hearing this.
I'm saying this out loud and also if anyone's not throwing away their food, I'm tipping it over.
He's sort of like dismounting from the caravan and making his way. Excuse me, my friend. Did you mention that there were what in your food? Iron filings?
Iron filings, something of the sort.
Let me have a look. You kind of have a look. Ah, yes. Yes, you see, these are like little slivers of bone. Yes. What happens is you swallow one of these, gets into your stomach, they expand. Incredibly painful death. Just be thankful you did not swallow that. It's been what a rather strange thing to happen. Because something strange to me happened quite recently. You see, I was missing my dagger. And then, only just recently, I woke up to find that my dagger was quite close to me. Actually, in fact, made a mark through my cloth.
Okay, so
someone has obviously stolen my dagger.
Like, Lucille kind of has this like look on his face of just like, I kind of, like, not making it obvious, more like looking like he's thinking about it, but looks over at Mortis. And it's just like, yeah, okay, I know what happened with your knife. No, he's not saying that.
Yeah.
He is just thinking, kind of come to that realisation of, I think I know who was behind that.
You do?
No, he's not saying
You're not saying that, yeah?
It's like, he's just like realised,
Oh, I see.
so that was Mortis, okay.
Alice is quite upset that she can't eat her breakfast if she's gone off to find something in the forest. Like a squirrel or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of those.
Did you know you could actually die of starvation if you only eat things like rabbit?
Really?
Yeah, you can actually die of starvation because rabbit meat has so little like nutrients in it
Okay.
that you cannot sustain yourself on purely rabbit meat.
You see, that's the curse of eating the bunny.
Right, well,
Okay then.
I'm not convinced that he's innocent.
So, given his glance over at Mortis, I presume you noticed that? Just like, it's more like Lucille was just like, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't fully trust this guy. He doesn't seem panicked enough for what, like he seems too composed given Lucille's sudden outburst.
Who else was new on this part of the Lego?
It was a human woman and a dwarven... No, a human woman and a dwarven male. They're the only other two new people, barring this bold man. But I think it was honestly him.
leave this to you two to figure out.
He is actually going to say to Longnose that this exposition cannot continue until we find out who tried to poison us all. Because Lucille doesn't just think this is something towards him.
Yeah.
Because he was the first one who started. He was the first one to sit down with his food. So Lucille thinks all of the food has been spiked. Not just his. So he is basically saying, like, we are not moving forward until this is figured out.
But this better not take too long.
It will take as long as it needs to.
Look, some of us need to get to Waterdeep pronto. We can't be wasting around doing what? Solving out who's been mucking around with our food.
And potentially killing us, trying to kill us all, preventing certain things to getting to Waterdeep.
Look, we've had more than enough things waiting on roadsides trying to kill us and things like that. It's all part of the journey. That's why we hired you guards.
Yes, but you don't see how dangerous it is to travel with somebody who quite intently wants to kill us. I'm actually close. Right, what's his reaction? What's his reaction to me saying that?
He's almost like, ooh.
Okay.
Reaction.
Okay, so what Lucille's going to do, losing his patience, necrotic shroud. I need a charisma check from him.
Isn't it everyone?
Everyone within 30 feet of me, yes. Who can see me.
Well, I can see you.
Right.
You can't be feared!
I'm going to roll for him anyway. Okay. I would say that's a 10.
That's a fail.
Is he shouting himself?
Like, the whole point of Lucille doing this is his intimidation tactic.
He failed his bladder control test.
Okay.
There's like a yellow puddle. Actually, a yellow trail as he backs away.
Ugh.
Ooh! Freaking out.
So what about everyone else?
I think everyone else is pretty much... most of them are freaked out.
Because you said that...
the bold guy is kind of like unmoved.
And you said like the woman... Oh, what's her name?
Well, one or two of the guards are kind of like... They've not even seen...
Like, because they always thought, oh, he's human.
Yeah.
No!
And they're kind of like, sheesh! They're like holding their weapons thinking, what on earth have we trailed with us?
Like, Lucille is just going to give them a look of just like, I do not have the patience for you.
In this case...
just completely ignored Alice's, like, dog ears and wolf ears and tail.
Probably.
Orvastria kind of settled because she's
still,
seen this.
Yeah, she's seen it before and
Yeah.
she didn't seem fazed.
She sort of stepped forward and to sort of quell that. As this is happening,
Do any of them look like they're disappearing?
yeah, some of them are like carrying underneath their caravans pretty much.
I'm talking about our other two companions.
I've two companions.
The two new ones.
Oh, they're not within the distance. They're kind of like elsewhere within the caravans and stuff. So
While this is going on, I'm
Yeah.
going to go into the caravan where the bold man was
yeah.
and search his belongings that he's left behind while he's there.
Okay. He hasn't really carried much. That's the thing, though. He hadn't had much of the... It's almost like he had a little bundle that he just took with him.
I'm searching it.
Basically food. It's nothing suspicious or anything.
Great. If only we had an ace detective by the name of Herlock Sholmes to help us through this. Seriously, I need to play the new Ace Attorney game.
Right, so
Wasn't Herlock Sholmes what they called
Yeah, it's what they called him, and they managed to keep his name the same in the localization
I'm
because
going
of
to search
Sherlock
the
Holmes.
wagon as
Well,
well.
wasn't that in the, like, the,
Okay.
Lupin novels?
The wagon
I
is
don't know.
basically.
Never read anything about Lupin.
After,
He's pretty much hitched
Unless
with
it's
the
Harry
merchant,
Potter.
really.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
I'm sure it was
Suspicious.
it was by something.
at all. He's pretty much just come with just very few belongings.
Alice is still hunting.
Okay, so given that Lucille doesn't have an investigatory bone in his body, he's just going to make a full-on intimidation check with the help of his robotic shroud,
Yeah.
showing that he's something a lot more powerful than he seems. That's what he's trying to get across. To just intimidate.
You're gonna Batman your way through.
Yes, I am going to Batman my way through this.
Can Alice pretend just holding like about 4 squirrels in her hand?
So I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
again.
squirrels.
So I'm gonna roll an investigation check, kind of against anyone, just saying like whoever was responsible, come forth now. I know this is very stupid because I know it won't work. In just a very like, because if I find out, you, like, I'm basically giving you the chance to what's the word I'm looking for?
Confess.
Yeah, to confess to all of this.
I kind of want Alice.
And if I find out you are later on, you don't want to know what will happen to you. Referencing, you saw what Mortis did to the last person who turned out to be a member of the Dragon Cult.
Can Alice draw back, covered in blood, holding 4 squirrels by the tail?
Right.
I found breakfast.
So, do you want me to roll intimidation?
You can do.
18.
Right. Okay then. Yeah, you're pretty much scaring most people within the convoy.
Because it, like, very much shows, like, you can see, like, the anger vein, like, popping in his head. Like, Lucille is pissed. Because this almost killed his daughter. Not that it almost killed him. His ward, his daughter. And it's just like, even if you do come clean, I'm still going to beat the ever-living crap out of you.
Okay then. Yeah, everyone is sort of chickening out. The bold human, however, is like trying to calm everyone down. He's trying to sort of like, please, just calm your rage.
No, because my daughter was eating from the same food. A life of an innocent child was put in risk of this, because of this. I am taking this as seriously as I take pronouncing my name.
And I'm going to take this seriously too as well. Because releasing your anger that way ain't going to involve any answers. Releasing your anger that way might create more deaths.
Then
Might
show
create
us
even
who
more
is the
confusion.
person who spiked our food.
Well, we're yet to know. That's the thing. I mean, has anyone else's food been spiked? Mine certainly hasn't. Most
Yes,
other
because-
people certainly haven't. No one's come forward. No one has choked. So it only seems to be you and her. So
Then someone here has it specifically out for me. And I think they have ties to a certain dragon worshipping cult we've been dealing with.
While he's talking with your character, I'm going to search his pockets again.
okay.
I'm going to say that due to Lucille's anger, it is causing a very good distraction.
I'm going to search his pockets again.
Okay. Just
Just a normal sleight of hand check, is it? Or is it
please?
not advantage?
Because I'm being quite the distraction here.
Yeah, sure.
Can I use my heroic?
Yes.
$18.
Okay.
It's like went down the wrong hole.
18 heroically.
Ugh.
Okay then. You managed to uncover a small pouch containing coins.
Anything else in there? I will
No.
tip them out slowly and see what's in there.
Okay then. It makes out to be about maybe 25 gold and about 20 silver. 25 gold and 20 silver.
Right. And do I find his dagger again?
No. That's all you reach out. That's that one roll.
I'm at a bit of loss what to do here.
I'm just going to drop the coins on the floor.
Okay.
Just drop them on the floor.
The sound of the coins...
But
Makes-
do it, like, not incognito, so I'm not dropping them.
Right, okay.
Basically
then.
making it look like they may have fallen out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Okay then. So, which eventually he very quickly notices and thinks, how the hell did that happen? So he's basically sort of sighing and sort of bending down and picking up his coins and then
Do
putting
I
them back in the
see
pouch.
anything looking down at him? Any tattoos maybe around the top of his neck?
Make a roll.
Oh,
Make
boy.
give you an advantage.
Okay. Well, I don't have any pluses to this, but it is 16.
Okay. Basically, you kind of notice, almost like the edges of tattoos sort of peeking out from under a wool cap that he's wearing.
I've still got my rapier in hand. So I'm going to very, kind of coax the hat off with his rapier. Because I'm fully suspicious of this guy now.
Okay then.
Because Lucille thinks that he's taking this way too lightly. A
Okay.
child could have been poisoned. And he's acting so nonchalant about this.
So you're going to lift up this cap.
Yeah, I'm just going to catch it with the tip of the rapier and just very quickly just flick it off.
Okay, he's very startled. What's revealed is a tattoo. That's like a circle, like a target, like a blob of blue,
Bullseye marker.
almost like that. That's what it resembles.
Oh God, he's a villain from Hancock.
And he's kind of like, "What are you doing?" And he sort of turns and picks up his cap again.
Just being thorough.
So, my gosh, you got to control your paranoia, man.
Paranoia has nothing to do with this.
Stand behind you.
My daughter could have been poisoned this morning.
I understand, but we ain't gonna solve this if you keep doing this way.
He's right.
Look, there's not much I can advise at this point. We'll be cautious, and and if I notice anything suspicious, you'll be the first to know about it.
And like I said, this caravan is not moving until I find out who's done this.
And what if we do not find this person?
That isn't my problem.
Well, fair enough. I'm happy to stick around. But I'm very certain that most people here ain't going to
He
be
is
happy.
going to go back and search his food as well,
Yeah.
just see if there's any more of these iron filings and see if he can trace them back to anyone. Because he got his food the same place his employer did.
Yeah, it's there's still quite a few of them. They resemble, what at first glance might look like insect eggs and things like that, so common things that could be. mistaken. So,
Is anyone helping out with the investigation?
most people are sort of really sort of a bit unnerved because
Because of my display and...
yeah, they don't know what to make of it, so they're very, very nervous around you now. So,
Okay, so you've got to
so
go...
what would be like friendly hellos are now turned to silence, and some people are paranoid of each other, and so the air is very sort of unsettling, and quite a few people are quite upset, and they really want to move to Waterdeep.
Lucille's refusing to let them leave until he figures out who this is. Because it's not just it was an attempt on his life, as I said, it's an attempt on his daughter's as well.
Yeah. Right. You notice that some of the merchants, some of them are like, to hell with this, and they're going to try and make a move.
Taking out his bow and arrow, he is going to fire a shot in front of the horses. As a warning shot of, I am serious when I said no one is leaving until I figure out who this is.
Right then, one of them being Longnose,
Yeah.
and he's saying that, look, I'm going to Waterdeep whether you like it or not. Stop me. If you want to stop me, then you better have that arrow right through my head.
One moment. I'm just going to turn to Alice and ask Alice to smell the food to see if there's anything different smelling on the
Because
food.
what Lucille's going to do
Okay.
Yeah.
is literally trying to intimidate him again by feathering up another arrow and just going, do you really want to take that chance?
The gnome sarcastically says, yes.
I'm asking Alice to smell the food
Yeah.
to see if those fragments or shards smell different or if they smell of anything.
Okay then. Would you like to make a roll?
I don't know.
So, it'll be like perception or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because perception can be hearing as well.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled 18 on intimidation.
Okay then.
Wait, no, 19.
15. Andy, does the food smell any weirder?
Well, the food that what you were trying to eat.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
shards in it.
Yeah.
See
It
if she
doesn't
can-
smell anything different. You can still notice that there are shards in your food.
So you can visibly see them.
Visibly see them. Yeah.
Because Troll's being very quiet during all of this.
Okay then. The gnome. At this point,
Like,
He's
it looks...
got this feeling of stubbornness, and at the moment he's kind of stopped, but he's kind of almost like,
It's
I
like-
will stop for now.
Yeah, because
Almost like
Lucille is
I'm waiting for a
basically just-
quiet opportunity until I can progress. You can see that in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's being stubborn now. And
Should I just shoot him in the leg? So he gets the message of next time I won't miss?
so
Because I like to think that Lucille, he is not thinking logically at the moment.
yeah,
It's like overprotective dad instincts are running the show.
I'm going to scan all the cooking utensils, all the plates and everything of the caravan or the cart we're in.
okay,
See if there's any trace of the filings anywhere
yeah, sure.
else but the food.
Okay, you have a good look, and the food area, which you guys, because that food you had this morning was from
Yeah.
your personal supply, wasn't it? Was it for any personal supply?
It was from our personal supply,
Yeah,
but we got it at the same time as our employer did.
yeah, and
So if our food
Like
was
looking
spiked,
through
his probably
Looking through
is
the
as
cooking
well.
pots, looking for all the utensils, looking through all the bits and pieces that were made to cook the food.
okay then, you kind of notice that what was used to cook the food, the pans, there are traces of it.
Have a looking in our pan only.
In your pan only,
Have a look in the employer's pan.
none in there.
In pan of the car behind us. In front of us.
All the
Why don't we
others.
just search for filings?
So
That's what
you
you
guys have a good search, and it seems to me that the filings have been placed in the pans that were you could use to cook your foods.
Just yours.
Just your
Right.
foods.
'Cause
And
he's
not
gonna-
the employers.
Go find Mortis and just say, did you see anything last night that could have been suspicious? Because I was training with, because he was slightly away from the camp after putting Alice to bed.
Mm-hmm.
The usual routine that they had on the road, put Alice to bed and then just start sparring with.
I don't know if I did see anything, but I probably didn't.
History check, go.
Well, obviously you've seen things, but whether they're suspicious or not is entirely up to your observation.
Yeah.
So, I cannot say, as DM, I can't really say. It's up to your conclusion. And so yes.
He's actually going to start going around now.
Yeah?
Because I think Mortis would have brought this to Lucille's attention.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you it's only in your pot.
Right, so he's going to be basically getting, what do they call it? Testimonies from everyone.
Yeah?
Like going around and writing it down
Mm-hmm.
and looking for any discrepancies.
Okay then.
Like if two people claim to have been in the same place at the same time, but
did I-
seeing different things.
Because our cooking stuff would have been stored on our carts.
Anyone
Would I have
close
seen
to
anyone
them.
go into our cart over the past 3 or 4 days?
Um,
Barring them two?
hmm.
Because if I did, I would have been watching everything, wouldn't I?
You would be, yeah.
So I would have noticed anyone going to the cart
Okay, so
over
make
anyone else.
something like a remembrance check or something.
History?
Would that be history?
Yeah,
Do you want me to roll as
History
well?
isn't
just in case I
if
amazing.
you
do?
like, yeah.
My history isn't amazing, but
In your case,
Hmm.
actually, I'm going to make... it'll just be a normal one. There'll be a reason for it.
Okay, so I got it's plus 4. 17?
17. Okay.
I'm a heroic. 23 heroically.
Rightio. Okay then, so... Yeah, there's been 3 others that you've noticed.
Like
In
if
your
I was-
case, there was
yeah.
a 4th.
Oh. So who are the 3 that I remember seeing?
Okay.
So I'm guessing obviously the gnome.
I'm just thinking. Yep, that was the gnome. There was one of the guards, and also there was the moon elf.
Okay, so immediately he's going to scratch out the gnome because in his logic, she knew about it, but then why did she stop it? Especially if she knows the Harpers, she knows of our mission, but hasn't done anything hostile yet.
And who was the 4th?
Yeah, who was the fool?
The 4th, and
I'll plug my ears for this so I don't act on anything.
Just write a secret note.
just going to write a note.
Sam.
Can I hear?
Right.
He's not said anything, he's just writing it down.
Oh, okay.
It would be an easier option.
Well, actually,
Actually, do close your eyes.
Oh, right.
Do close your... No, sorry, close your ears.
Ears.
Okay. You can all... I've made a mistake in mentioning a certain character, but you did notice that the gnome snuck in,
Well, the female no.
but no one was looking.
Her.
Yeah. You noticed. Okay.
What did you see?
what did your bird eye see? They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Someone's not as they seem, and it's someone that's not here anymore.
Not here. But I specifically said for no one to leave.
Who has just left?
Longnose.
No.
The gnome was
The
the only
gnome.
person who just left.
Who told you about the filings?
The gnome.
She did.
The female gnome. She's left.
Right.
I think she's planted it there as a item to gain your trust, and then obviously she's gained your trust by pointing it out to you.
Right.
So it's like a double bluff.
Go find her.
She's put it
Yeah.
in there.
I made a mistake
She's,
in agreeing to.
Yeah, she's put it in there. She's made the double bluff of saying, look, someone's put it in there to gain your trust.
Go and find her then. Because you're the only person who actually could.
I will go and try and find her, but she's probably long gone by now.
I would say like all of like probably like 10 minutes to like 20 minutes has passed in like actual game time.
I will try and go and scout. I'll go up and scout the area.
She's a gnome. She can only go 25 feet every 6 seconds.
There seems to be no sign of her.
Oh,
She's
great.
completely gone like the shadows.
Let's just get going.
Before we leave, because I got her name, didn't we?
You did. It was Jamna Gleam Silver. Bit of a tongue twister.
He is going to send another letter to Leosen
Well, Leoson's in
Through
the board,
character-
isn't he?
through carrier pigeon, because I'll get there before we can. Just saying, we've had an encounter with a female gnome called insert name here.
Yeah.
I have suspicion to believe she might not be on our side due to evidence we've acquired. I'm gonna keep like the iron filings on the food.
I think she
Okay,
might be
and-
she might be the traitor instead of that other person.
Yeah, he's not gonna mention like I'm accusing her of being a traitor. Just saying, don't trust her for now. Until we get like solid evidence that she isn't a traitor.
Okay.
Basically saying there may be another role in the Harpers. Because he doesn't know like what's really true.
Yeah.
And she's gotten a lot of information now.
So now that you managed to get a good idea about that, how are you? You know, what are you going to say to everyone else? Because they're pretty shaken up.
He's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Obviously putting the wings away.
Yeah.
Just getting on it, like packing up his things, getting on the cart, and basically just moving on.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the note to everyone else, like, okay, I don't think it's here anymore. We should just go.
Okay then.
Like basic silent communication.
Okay, so everyone rather quietly gets on their caravans.
Because yeah, he's going to keep the iron filings in the pan, so he can use them as evidence.
I'm
sure.
changing what I'm doing now. I normally spent most of my time perched upon the caravan. I'm going to circle the caravan.
Okay then.
And every 3 to 4 hours, I will stop, land
Yeah.
for 5 minutes, and then carry on circling again.
Yeah, sure.
Just to get a good idea of what's really going on in our surroundings.
Okay. And what about Alice?
Alice is confused, so she's
Yeah.
just gonna silently sit and contemplate.
Okay. Right. I think it's
High time we
high
end the
time, I
episode.
think. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's been quite full of drama here.
Yeah, especially from Lucille.
But yeah, that was really, really good. And so thank you very much for this evening.
I'm confuddled.
Thank you as well for DMing this.
Oh, cool beans.
Though, even though this won't affect the upload schedule We won't be recording another one next week, so we might have a bit of a longer recap in the next part, just to give you guys a bit of warning on that.
But the good thing is that when we do get back together again, it will be in Waterdeep.
Yay!
The characters will finally have arrived. Rightio.
Alright, see you then.
All the best.